The jungle stretched endlessly, an emerald ocean of dense foliage, ancient trees, and the cacophony of unseen wildlife. The morning mist clung to the undergrowth as a small group of explorers trudged through the tangled vines and thick roots, their movements careful yet purposeful. At the lead was Dr. Eleanor Briggs, an astrobiologist whose career had been defined by a singular obsession: uncovering extraterrestrial life. The mission had begun weeks earlier when a strange, rhythmic signal was detected by a remote observatory in South America. It pulsed in an unearthly sequence, too deliberate to be natural. The coordinates pointed to a remote jungle, untouched by civilization and guarded by treacherous terrain. It was here that Eleanor believed they would find the source of the signal and answers to questions humanity had pondered for centuries. "Keep an eye on those scanners," Eleanor said, her voice steady but tinged with excitement. She adjusted the straps of her backpack, which carried a variety of scientific instruments. Behind her, Samir, the group's tech specialist, carried a portable transmitter, while Sophia, a linguist, and Eric, an ex-military guide, ensured their navigation was on course. The jungle, however, seemed to have its own will. The further they ventured, the more it resisted their intrusion. Towering trees with sprawling roots created natural barriers, while dense underbrush hid venomous creatures and unstable ground. Yet, amidst the chaos of nature, they began to notice anomalies. Trees with bark that shimmered faintly under sunlight, flowers emitting a faint hum, as though they resonated with some hidden frequency. "Dr. Briggs, look at this," Samir called out, holding up his scanner. "The electromagnetic readings are off the charts. It's almost as if something is amplifying the natural energy of the area." Eleanor took the scanner, her brow furrowing. The data was unlike anything she'd seen before. Peaks and valleys of energy pulsed in a pattern that mirrored the signal they were tracking. Whatever lay ahead, it was no ordinary discovery. Hours later, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they stumbled upon the first tangible sign of something extraordinary: a massive, circular clearing in the jungle. At its center stood an ancient stone structure, overgrown with vines and moss but radiating an unmistakable aura of power. It was a ziggurat, its design unlike any known civilization's architecture. Smooth, angular edges met with carvings that glowed faintly, as if imbued with an inner light. "My God," Sophia whispered. "This isn't just a ruin, it's a gateway." Eleanor approached the structure cautiously, her hand brushing against the stone. It was warm to the touch, pulsating softly. Her heart raced as she realized what it meant. The signal wasn't just coming from here, it was emanating through the very stones of the ziggurat. "Samir, set up the transmitter," she ordered. "We need to decode this." As Samir worked, the group examined the carvings. Sophia identified symbols resembling constellations, while Eric pointed out defensive mechanisms embedded in the stonework. "Whoever built this, they wanted to protect it," he said grimly. The transmitter came to life, translating the rhythmic pulses into audible sound. The jungle seemed to hold its breath as the sound filled the clearing, a haunting melody, alien yet strangely familiar. Then, the carvings on the ziggurat began to shift, rearranging themselves as though responding to the sound. "Eleanor, I think it's opening," Sophia said, her voice trembling. The ground beneath them rumbled. A section of the ziggurat slid open, revealing a passageway bathed in pale blue light. Without hesitation, Eleanor stepped forward. "This is what we came for," she said, her determination unwavering. Inside, the temperature dropped, and the air felt charged with energy. The walls of the passageway were lined with crystalline formations that pulsed in sync with the signal. It was a stunning interplay of natural beauty and alien technology. Deeper within, they found a massive chamber. At its center floated a crystalline sphere, suspended in midair and radiating light. The sphere was translucent, with intricate patterns swirling within like a living nebula. "It's beautiful," Eleanor breathed, stepping closer. Suddenly, the sphere reacted, sending out a wave of light that washed over the group. They staggered but remained unharmed. When the light faded, holographic images filled the chamber, depicting a civilization unlike any they had imagined. Towering beings with elongated forms and luminous eyes moved through verdant landscapes, their technology seamlessly integrated with nature. "This is a record," Sophia said, awe-stricken. "They're showing us who they were." The images shifted, revealing a catastrophic event, an asteroid impact that ravaged their world. In desperation, the beings constructed the ziggurat as a beacon, a last message to any who might find it. But then, the images darkened. A new threat appeared, shadowy figures wielding destructive weapons, their intent unmistakable. The ziggurat was not only a beacon, it was a warning. "We need to leave," Eric said, his instincts kicking in. "If these shadowy figures are still out there, we could be in danger." Before they could respond, the jungle outside erupted in chaos. The ground trembled, and the air filled with an otherworldly hum. Bursting into the clearing were figures clad in sleek, metallic armor, their eyes glowing red. The invaders from the holograms had arrived. "Defensive positions," Eric shouted, drawing his weapon. The invaders moved with terrifying precision, their technology far surpassing anything on Earth. But the jungle seemed unwilling to let them pass. Roots and vines came alive, ensnaring the intruders, while animals joined the fray, their eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Eleanor realized the ziggurat was influencing the jungle, turning it into a living defense system. "It's protecting itself," she said. "We need to help." The group fought alongside the jungle's forces, using their wits and limited weapons to hold the invaders at bay. In the chaos, Eleanor approached the crystalline sphere. She placed her hands on its surface, feeling a connection surge through her. Images flooded her mind, showing her how to activate the ziggurat's full potential. "Hold them off," she shouted to her team. "I can stop this." Channeling the energy of the sphere, Eleanor triggered a surge of light that enveloped the clearing. The invaders froze, their technology short-circuiting. One by one, they were consumed by the light, vanishing without a trace. When the light faded, the jungle was silent. The ziggurat's carvings dimmed, and the crystalline sphere settled into stillness. Eleanor collapsed to her knees, exhausted but victorious. "We did it," she said, her voice barely a whisper. The group emerged from the ziggurat, the morning sun breaking through the canopy. The jungle seemed to hum with gratitude, its vibrant life a testament to their triumph. As they began their journey back, Eleanor looked over her shoulder at the ziggurat. It had given them a glimpse into the cosmos, a story of connection and survival. And though the journey was over, the secret of the jungle would stay with them forever.